So sure, guys. Welcome to Clash Culture. I'm here with the one and only Durek wearing Durek wearing Grand Kekana. Some of you might know him as Papati, but yeah, Grand Kekana, one of the most longest-serving players in the league, even though he's still this young. So, but I'll ask him offline. His age is the real one. What? Mipa kaludala bolo.
Yeah,
but let's end some tabe. Yeah, it's been a while. Super Sport, do you sign the vibe? You sign the go academia tax, ne?
2010 matric.
So
we signed the tax first team NFD. So I played the 6 months. We were during the final. I played the 6 months, and then every January, Magala fella, but Super Sport are interested. But it was also the time I think Tabo September had a serious knee injury or something, and then they came to me, and I didn't hesitate because I was like, these things come once in a while, I don't know how long I'm gonna wait again. And then I just grabbed on the opportunity.
How old were you?
I was 18.
18.
I was 18, coming to 2010.
2010, yeah. I remember you guys. I think you were the youngest player on the team, if I'm not mistaken. Because there was you, there was Kemet, there was Lyle, and Pilani Kwele.
It was me and Ronwen.
Ronwen
we
Williams
also got promoted. Yeah. He got promoted at the same time as me. So, yeah. It was the both of us, the youngest.
Yeah. And then amongst the youngest players, you guys had Pilani Kwele. Was Tulani Ngaipe still at Super Sport when you were there?
Yeah, it was. I think it was the last season. Yeah, hi. When was this? Because I played with them for a whole season. Yeah.
Yeah. When did you make your PSL debut? Like I tried to look up, or did you play that season, and I couldn't see. I think I only.
I think the debut was against Vasco da Gama. I remember coming on as a substitute. Even it was these things that Cape Town used to have, like these games. We were the starting game, La Vasco, and then later I think it was Ajax and Chiefs or something. It was that day. We were winning 1-0, and then they wanted to close shop, so I made my debut. I was nervous as hell.
and then when did you make like your?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I don't think I put my shin pads on properly. The left was by the right. It was just one of those things.
Yeah, just nerves.
Yeah. So, but after the first touch, it was like, all those nerves went away.
And it felt like you belonged there.
Yeah.
So when was your full on debut, like in a professional match? Was that a professional match or anything different?
It was a professional match. But the first game I started, I think it was either Ajax or Wits. I'm not sure. I think it was
full on debut. Your full on debut.
Yeah. It was Ajax in Cape Town. We lost 2-1, I think.
Yeah.
And Serrero and them were still buzzing. I know they were doing magic there. Now I'm a newcomer to this. Yeah. Now I remember it properly. Yeah.
Yeah. But like before you started playing, who was your favorite player growing up?
Locally or internationally?
Let's do both. Let's say locally and internationally.
Locally, obviously I have to say, when I was young, I really admired Jabule. Despite all the drama off the field, it was probably Jabule. I really liked, even growing up, I liked Teko. I still to this day think he's the best thing that's ever happened to us after Dr. Kumar. So I think those two are my favorite locally, and then internationally, it's also a tough one. But I really love Sergio Ramos. I've always thought that he's the quality. Well, I admire him now, but like before, maybe when I was young, I'd probably say Patrick Vieira because I'm a big Arsenal fan. So those two, like, I think I admired
the most
internationally.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny now that you say Jabu Pule. You played with him Super Sport, ne? Were you there when he was there, Super Sport?
No, I was when he came back. I had left. I went back to Tuks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. So I didn't get to I didn't get to spend the same, but again, change room as him.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask you this question, like, when you started playing like professionally, like, what is that? Who is that one player that really made you feel, yeah, I'm in the big boys league, like, and then you felt, I know, you know what?
Wow, Sarba. There's been quite a few. The first one I think was Anthony Lafaux. Because even when I joined Super Sport, he was still there. He was doing magic. Anthony Lafaux, Kama Billiard, and probably Kermit Erasmus. Yeah, no. And the funny thing is with Kermit and Lafaux, like, it was an everyday thing because I trained with them like back then, so it was tough just training with them, you know. And then billiard, we all know billiard, and we all know what he can do, you know. So yeah, those are the people that have said, I make sure I drink 5 liters every day, that whole week. You know, just to get ready, they were sharp. Yeah.
You know, like, especially like with football, like, also like with us, or with me, like, from a fan perspective, and also doing Masanda fan vlog, there's been few people like that really made me fan out. Like, think about me, like, to be in the same space with them. 1, it was Pito Msimane. 2, it was Benny McCarthy, and then 3, it was Dr. Kumalo. I remember, like, the first time Benny in the Cape Town Stadium. Yeah, boy. I felt like a little kid at a Justin Bieber concert. Is there a player you felt, yes, it's like, I'm really in front of this guy?
You know, 11v11 Ralekan. You know, it's about the challenge, the one-on-one, you know, rather than me now I'm playing within my show. I don't think like it's to that extent, but obviously there's players that you will respect because of what they've done or what they're doing for the game.
Yeah, no, but like, I get you, and I think it's still that competitive edge in Kamhara, because you've done things that made you feel like you belong in the big league. One thing I realized, is that you had a special touch to Super Sport when it comes to cup finals. I remember I think in the 2016 Nedbank Cup final, literally the final of 2016, Nedbank Cup.
Yeah, the go Polokwane, I think it's the one.
No, that one was the Polokwane and Telkom, man. Polokwane and Telkom against City.
I was saying, 2016 was also Telkom, but we had a Nedbank in Polokwane. I don't know
against Pirates.
Yeah,
I think you won 2-1.
Yeah,
you won 2 in a row.
Yeah, and both against Pirates. So there was the 3-2-1 go Polokwane, and the 4-1 on. I just forgot the years. Yeah.
I remember, nearly 2016 on LFA. There's one where you didn't play like throughout, I think like any knockout stage, but like you started the final. I think nearly on 2016, ne?
Yeah, get Devin.
You get Devin.
Yeah, because what happened was Boxo has going to that CONCACAF something.
Yes.
Yeah. So Naguja fella, Coach Stewart, Grant, just make sure you're fit because we don't have any other right back.
Yeah.
Then I knew right, at least to go
Anyway, Tomo Fades, Washapa 90 game. But yeah, man, yeah. What season would you say actually like molded you for the Premier League? Because Adilwell is your journey, like from I don't know, the 6 months you spent at Tugs, going to Super Sport, not playing that much, and then going to Tugs and playing almost every game.
I'd say me going back to Tugs really molded me because I went back to a coach that was a father figure firstly, one that gave me a chance. From the first day we had sessions with Coach Steve Barker, he was always positive towards me, always, just guiding me, telling me what it's going to take and things like that, because even what had happened was for him to sign me, there was this, because we used to train in the morning as the academy, like 6 to 7:30, and then we go to school from 9 to like 2:30. So whenever we train with the first team, we wouldn't go to school until like 11, 12, because we'd be training the first team. So he had like 11v11, and then put me center back. I was up against Matthew Rusike. So I was like marking him, and I was, before I turned 17 at that time. Before the game ended, he called me through. He's like, tomorrow I need you at the office at this time. We're signing you, my boy. That was probably the happiest time of my life. So going back to Tax brought all of those things back, and gave me the confidence, made me feel like I deserve to be here. I was sort of, I wouldn't say an older player, but like one of the players that he could count on whenever we found ourselves like stuck in a corner, So I think, that season that I was at Tax, and I scored my first 3 goals, when I went back to Tax in the PSL.
One against Sundowns. I remember that one.
First, so yeah, I think that really just changed me, gave me that hope that I needed, because sometimes you can feel like you went to Super Sport, you didn't really do much, and then you came back, sometimes as a person you might feel like you don't belong, or you're falling off, or, you're not doing enough, and then Coach Barker, I think, gave me that reassurance, that, I still have it, I can still do it, and I'm forever grateful to him for that,
And I remember, like, if you were gonna play Matthew Rusike out of the park, no way he was not gonna sign.
Ebile nna ne ke ipotse ra ngwana ke robe wa tshwana le nna ke nyaka kontraka.
I remember like when Bitsa Van Damme super sub, yes.
Yeah.
And I remember that backline I think Mosana le Partimang out here. Shoisa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, not Shoisa, le go Munyai, le Buhle at one point.
Yeah, I think Buhle was
the second season. I
think
it was the second season you played because because Zungu will look at Buhle.
Yeah.
How was it playing like lead characters on Sonali with the Humunyai? Like that guy was hilarious in like a mon.
Like you don't understand, and the funny thing was he'd always call us young men. Like whoever you are, as long as you're younger than him or young man, and English to be la funny, so he'd always force himself to speak English with you, but he was a leader. He was like, despite all of that, I think he always had us in the right state of mind, And he'd always tell us all these stories that he's been through. There's this famous one that he once told us that when he was at Swallows, I think he broke his leg or something and continued playing,
Yeah.
So, like, he'd always just have those things to motivate us, I can't really put it into words, like the type of leader he was, but we felt it. And when he wasn't there, you could also feel it. So it was very important, especially for Tax who just joined the PSL at that time. We needed someone who could lead us, and just provide that stability, because he was also the core of the team.
And then you had, I think, like the 2 seasons you played at Tugs, and you mainly played as a right back, I guess.
First season right back, second season left back.
Yeah, I remember, because I remember that Salwa Zalali left back. I think it was Super Sport in a LTKO or Netbank. I remember a game where you played left back.
Yeah.
And then but like I think those 2 seasons like really validated you in terms of being a professional player and belonging in the PSL. And then you went back to Super Sport 2015-16 season.
Yeah.
And then when you got there, I think normally was it Kevin Johnson then or Stuart?
Right, it was Gordon Ignason.
Oh, yes, Gordon Ignason. Yeah. And then you went to Super Sport, went back to Tax, played not really your best football, because I'll tell you before I went there, I think. Yeah, but like you really like cemented yourself, and then you went back to Super Sport. How was it like readjusting to life for Super Sport? Because when you first got there, like I think you still had Ricardo Kata, Langaman, like Ronwen Fernandez, Morgan Gould, like you really had like, big players.
Yeah.
Oja.
Yeah, I think obviously it had changed from what it was, because all the other big players had left, but Ronwen was there, Bradley was still there, Wale Fapule was also still there, Coach Caetano was also still there. So I still had that sense of belonging there, and yeah, I didn't really think about it too much, but I was just focused on, improving my from my first spell of when I first came to Super Sport.
And then you were not really like I don't think you had broken out of like the shell that you're like the way you are now. And Leon, position wise, I'm not sure if like coaches still knew are you a centre back or are you best at right back? Do you think Leon and like when you went back you were not like a regular like you are now?
Yeah, I think it also played its part. Also because you couldn't tell what really is my best position, because one game I'm playing left back, one game it's right back, one game I'm the third centre back, so it was that thing as well. But it was also a thing where I think he had, at the time that I arrived, had found his back four sort of. So it was me trying to also break in, and I think at the time we went like 4 or 5 games unbeaten. There was no way that the team was going to change, So I just had to be patient and try find my way. But it also didn't go as planned, because I remember that I started playing towards December time, and then I got a serious injury. I tore my ligaments in my ankle, so I was out for like 5 months after the December break, and then I missed a good chunk of that season. And then Stuart Baxter came the following year, I think in February, just before the Nedbank. Yeah.
Was it hard to like because I think when you went back to Super Sport, like you went through a lot of coaches. Was it hard to like find yourself as a player? you are comfortable in your skin and you know that you are the best at what you do.
Yeah, I think people's mentalities are different. I think some need to be paid more attention to than others. And I feel like maybe for me, even at that time, I needed that attention. Just also so I can feel like I belong. I feel like I'm doing something, or I'm not just adding numbers. So when there's like that whole lot of coach changing thing, it messed up with my psyche as well. But after a few years down the line, you maybe it had to happen so that I can finally come out and be who I am today. So I see it as a blessing in the end.
Yeah, there's a term that I like borrowing that I hear a lot in football. Very like you have to pay your school fees. Personally, I feel like the 2016-2017 season is the one season where you really paid your school fees. And I don't know, when you think of the 2016-17 season, what do you make of it, and what do you make of how you were doing in that season? Because you were playing in patches, and there were times when you were playing very good, times you were not playing, to a point where you ended up playing a final in Udlala 90 minutes.
I think it helps with strengthening one's character. I think that season really did strengthen my character, my mentality, and it gave me back that desire to want to keep doing more, to not to give in easily. I think it really challenged me because despite football, it also affected me, at home. I'm always angry, always thinking why these bad things are happening to me. If it's not injuries, it's loss of form. If it's not loss of form, it's not playing the way I feel I should be playing, those type of things. So I think it strengthened me, but I also had support, obviously, from home, my partner and my parents. So that also helped me. But yeah, it strengthened my character,
Yeah, and they say good things happen to you once you start giving. And I made a note here. I remember you scored an own goal against Tags.
Also, can I tell you the funniest thing? After I scored that own goal,
yeah.
Like their tax, usually after we shower, we go at the back and then we go like this where we see everyone. I waited for everyone to leave. I left in the front, man. It was hot that day. I was wearing a beanie. I mean, not a beanie, a hoodie. Car there, there by the grandstand in the front, Ganamela, so to my car, I left. So when I got home, I didn't even switch on the TV. I didn't do anything. Ne? I just looked in one of my drawers. I want a baby. That's it. I'm going to do my coupons. Like I didn't know what to do. Baby.
And then that game was.
Yeah, that 3-4 hours after the game, I didn't know what to do with myself. So, the funny thing, one of Pula walks in, like he knocks there by me because we stay in the same complex, just to check on me. So I want to baby, they are panya. So that was funny,
Yeah, and then that game, and I think that game, there was no way you were winning that game and not winning the cup, because your goal, taxi little one from there, and then I forgot who scored, but I remember Jeremy scored. I think when Jeremy was properly announcing himself in SA.
I think Monet, if I'm not mistaken.
Monet Nell.
I remember Monet or Fakhre. I remember Coach Stewart when I think 2 subs at the same time. So it was between Monet but it was one of the youngsters who also scored. I just
Yeah.
forgot who it was.
Yeah. But yeah, and then the other final that you played in, I think London Nedbank Cup. Which one did you come on? I think the 80th minute or something, like that's all the game.
Yeah, it was the one Yako Pulukwa.
Oh, nearly on
Yeah, 3-2. Yeah.
You know, most players like play in the league and never get to win a trophy. Obviously, like as a player, you want to win a league title, you want to win big trophies. How does it feel like to be in a team that you know at least like if like season IFE without winning a domestic trophy or at least winning like domestic trophy every season?
Yeah, I think it's achievements and goals that we set out for ourselves. You know, I personally still think that we can offer more, you know, in terms of silverware. I think one is still not enough for a team like us because we've laid our foundation. You know, we can play with the big boys, but our only Achilles heel is Sundowns here and there. If we don't start right, we know we're in for a long day, but you know, we can stand on our own. I think even this season, because every time, like maybe when there's 5-6 games to go, you know, we sit back and we think, we look at the position we're in and the games where we really dropped points or just gave teams goals, you know, and we're like, Joe, we could be fighting up there, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's just, I don't know what it is, but it's almost there, you know, soon, you know, because we all want that league title. You know, it's something personally that I haven't felt. You know, I came to SuperSport after they won their third league title in a row, you know, so it's that feeling that I want to feel still, you know, and we're so close with the the Confederations Cup, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
That also would have been something, you know, because it's Continental. It's the Continental Cup as well, you know. So yeah, I think we play every season to try win a trophy. You know, it feels good to know that we have players who can win us these trophies.
And then I personally feel like the 2017-2018 season was your best season, and that season really showed already. You're a senior player for SuperSport, and you belong in the starting lineup, and I think that season molded you to being the player that you are right now. Talking about that Confederations Cup run, I mean, as a player, Grant, like after Sundowns won the Champions League, and before then, when Pirates had those runs, 2015, 2013, every player in the PSL, like there's something beyond our borders in PSL. That run, I remember, and you guys were always so relaxed because, like, I would check my Instagram, like, you would be maybe like taking pictures, pitch inspection, and you always looked like you believed in yourself. Like, what did that season do for you as a player and your personal growth?
I think it did quite a whole lot of things, you know, because even what was happening was in the league, I wasn't really playing. But when we played CAF, I played almost every game. I think I missed only the 2 semifinals. And yeah, I missed the 2 semifinals, actually, that whole campaign. So, like, it was a different scenery for most of us, you know. So, like, you'd find, because I remember there were games where we were like 14, so we'd travel to whether it was Madagascar or whatever, and it was just 14 of us. And then we're like, everyone at least is going to play. So we just took it as us, you know, getting game time, you know, but enjoying ourselves in the moment, because we also get exposed to like different cultures, different foods, you know, all these type of things. So we're just enjoying the whole thing about it, the whole package. So I think that also gave me that confidence, because it was the thing of sometimes I felt like I hadn't adapted as much to like Coach Stewart's philosophy, you know. So it also gave me time to work on my game and myself, you know, to be able to come to the party as well. And I think that run played its part, like it made a big difference. Big difference. Yeah.
Yeah, man, and I'm really enjoying your game now, and I think I guess like what are you enjoying playing center back, or would you rather go back to right back or divisional wing?
I don't want to lie. I enjoy center back. The one part that Clayton and them keep shouting at me about is that like I'm not as vocal as they'd want me to be, which is something that I'm also trying to work on. But I think I enjoy centre back a whole lot more because I think that's been my favorite position. Right back is nice when you young and have energy, so that when they take you on, you take them on again. Now when they take you on, you want to cut someone. So yeah, but I don't mind playing right back, but centre back is still the favorite position.
That you enjoy, and obviously, I mean, your favorite player, Sergio Ramos, right back, and
Right back,
played his best football because center back, and I feel it's the same as you, because I think you're playing your best football as a center back, and you always, even before I got to know you, like I used to enjoy watching you in big games. I always felt like in big games you were the trump card. I give you because I remember when you were at Tax, you beat Pirates 1-0. I thought you were the best player. Yeah, I remember. Like there was a time.
I was Nelia go Mbombela, ne?
Yes.
I think he played Mbombela. Yeah. I remember.
It was that time where Nalim.
And I was supposed to get a red card that game. I gave so on his thigh.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo. Yeah. So
at least
I remember that game.
Yeah, that's where not being vocal helped you because I want to.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was that time when Mpo, you were always the top cards getting big game because I remember Mpo had a 3-game run against Pirates where he won man of the match, like 3 games in a row against Pirates. And Luella now,
yeah, Karampo that time he was our engine. We knew if our engine is warm, we'll take care of the rest, because he was the grinder. He was everywhere on the field, and when you see like one of your teammates playing like going all out, in a game, it automatically just pushes you to want to do more, So I think Mpo was that for a lot of us attacks because we knew once that engine is warm, we're all good to go.
Yeah, and I also, but again, even now at Super Sport, like whenever you guys play a big game, I look forward to watching you, Bradley. I don't know who else, but I know you guys, Bradley, and Mnyama Tabu. Like I don't know what happens to you against the Chiefs, against Pirates. Something happens, Nji.
Well, I didn't see those.
Against the Kaboom.
Hey, my man.
It's like all your PSL goals, you go to your goal.
Yeah. Yes. But a teammate never stress.
Nah. No, but I think you'll get there. Yeah, man. I think we should just wrap it up nicely and package up. But like, I think your stories are very good. Like, I enjoy. Like in you and I are both hip hop lovers. Like in hip hop, like your album, like the Peanuts, like the B-sides, they're the ones that carry the album.
Yeah.
So I think players like yourself, Nyamane, Mpo, like even guys are squad the B-sides. We're going in the league. I think you guys are those guys that carry the team. Yeah, like like even in the NBA, star players don't win you they don't win you the championship. The players that come off the bench or play defense, do the dirty work quietly, and I think you're one of those guys. I think you're also like the silent captain, yeah, because Ronan ki captain yalina no full-time captain.
Yeah, because I think Dean is leaving.
Leaving at the end
So
of
he
the
might
season,
leave.
yeah. I think because I thought you might be the next captain, but Kanahan or Ronan is also there. But I think you're one of those silent captains, and if maybe you can work on what you said you want to work on, like Corona vocal and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think people will stop sleeping on you guys, especially you as a centre back. I think you're one of the most underrated centre backs. Who did he make? Who did he make? How bad?
I want to hear something, Papa. Papa. They just working, tweeting, and now we get la. Oh, get tackling, and that's the one thing that's still eluding me to this day. Cap, cap.
Yeah. And it still boggles my mind to the young man. Like, but yeah, some of these things, boy, like go and then who knows?
Yeah, but all is not lost.
Yeah, but yeah, no man. Keep well. Keeping fit. Get quarantine.
The one thing, the negative side of this whole thing is we gym, né? But we eat. So we just high 6. Don't worry. I'm not talking just high 6. I'm more fast.
As I believe, but grass is in it.
I'm market like Lugis. Get like Lugis.
I look easy, but no, thanks for sharing with me, man. And hopefully, and then you get back on the page and do what you do best.
Yeah, no, it's unfair. Nah, thanks for having me, Mapa.
Sure,
Yeah,